The brunette stood on the balcony talking on the phone. She peered into the nightlights of the metropolis, and I asked when he would return. The woman reported that her shameless father brought the entire baby to their home, and I wondered if he really didn't care. The girl coldly replied that she still had things to do. He asked the brunette what things could be more important than family on New Year's Eve. Sadly, the girl hung up. The brunette took a warm jacket from the sofa and quickly threw it on herself. Hannah was a famous actress who was only 23 years old. The pale-faced girl realized that love, family affection, friendship were the result of a series of chemical reactions and nothing more. Hannah coldly watched the people passing by and realized that happiness was nothing more than the pleasure from the body's production of phenylethylamine. The actress knew that chocolate was capable of delivering exactly the same sensations. Despite this, the brunette did not like sweets at all. Through the lenses of darkened glasses, the girl looked indifferently at the lights of the city. Hannah walked towards the bar with measured steps. Seeing the actress, the barmaid smiled and asked if she had really come to get drunk again. Taking off her heavy and warm jacket, the brunette asked to pour her some wine. Looking around at those present, the girl asked why they were so happy. The blonde asked if her parents were having a conflict again. Sighing, Hannah took the glass of drink. The girl explained that her parents were not like that before. The blonde explained that in poverty and in wealth, people behaved completely differently. She noticed that few people are able to overcome temptations. The worker explained that only a few were able to fight temptations. When the blonde finished speaking, the glass was already empty. The visitor revealed that she had run out of wine again. The barmaid asked the actress to drink less alcohol. The blonde reminded the girl that she didn't know how to drink at all. The employee asked Hannah when she planned to start a relationship. With sadness in her eyes, the brunette explained that she didn't like it when people touched her. Smiling, the blonde explained that she knew a cheerful and fun-loving person. The girl assured that she was from the same sphere as Hannah. The barmaid said that the man was quite naive and would come to the bar today. The blonde invited the actress to introduce them. The worker explained that it would be nice if she kept her company while talking. Hannah was surprised that there were still naive people in the world. The blonde noticed that she was dressed like a birthday cake. The actress looked at the newcomer with a cold gaze. Smiling, the girl with pink hair said that her sister had sent her special gifts. Sonia was an 18-year-old college student. Walking into the bar and placing a heavy bag on the counter, the girl claimed that she was very tired. Handing Sonia a glass, the barmaid suggested that the girl have a good rest. The blonde asked the guest if she was going to go home tomorrow. The girl with pink hair explained that her grandmother loved and waited very much. The student said that if she doesn't return, the old lady will be seriously sad. Carefully examining the guest, the blonde asked if she had grown again. Having taken off her snow-white jacket, the girl asked her sister if she had noticed that something had grown on her. Sonia was wearing a dress that emphasized the beauty of her breasts. Squeezing the baby's cheeks, the blonde asked if it was too early for such a girl to flirt with her. The actress was lying on the table, finishing another glass. The brunette's eyes were indifferent, and she poured a couple more sips of red poison. The student asked the blonde in a whisper who the girl was. The girl with pink hair noticed that she was a little swam from drinking. The barmaid was surprised that the student did not know Hannah. The blonde assumed that she only had food in her head. The barmaid explained that the brunette was from the same sphere as Sonia. The blonde did not rule out that the girls might meet again in the future. The student explained that she was only 18, and it was difficult to immediately understand who was from her field and who was not. The blonde explained that she had one request for the girl. Sonia asked the barmaid why she suddenly became so polite. A little embarrassed, the employee explained that the girl had had a little too much alcohol. The blonde explained that her friend would help bring the visitor home. The girl claimed that she would order a taxi for now. The barmaid explained that during the new year she had too much trouble. The girl promised that next time she would definitely give her sister a big feast. The student's eyes shone and she replied that this was wonderful. The blonde explained that she had already given the driver the address. The girl assured that the regular visitor should have the keys to the house somewhere with her. Smiling, Sonia guaranteed the task was completed. The blonde followed the snow-white car with her eyes. Sonia looked at the luxurious cottage with admiration. The student realized that the drunk girl was a rich woman. Hannah still hadn't recovered from the drink. The girl took the brunette into the bedroom and put her to bed. The student was surprised that despite the fact that the girl looked thin, it was difficult to carry her after drinking. Sonia was surprised that the girl could look cute even in this state. The student began to unbutton the buttons on the stranger's shirt. Turning over, Hannah angrily asked not to touch her. The girl with pink hair asked the drunkard not to move and explained that otherwise she would not be able to unfasten the buttons. The actress suddenly grabbed the girl and hugged her tightly. The brunette asked not to leave her alone. The student became very nervous when she found herself in the arms of a beautiful lady. Bright rays of sun were shining through the panoramic windows in the cottage. The bright light was able to awaken Hannah quite quickly. Opening her eyes, the brunette was surprised that she woke up at home. Looking under the blanket, Hannah couldn't figure out where all her clothes had gone. The actress arrived at one of the huge offices. The girl carefully examined the hair tie with many small figures. After Hannah called the bartender, she clarified the situation a little. The blonde explained that she asked her sister to take her home. The worker assumed that Hannah herself took off her clothes while half asleep. The barmaid explained that no one would dare touch her. The girl asked the actress if she suspected Sonia. The brunette asked if such trinkets were in the colleague's style. The girl handed the blonde a small bracelet. Anastasia was a representative of Kinnell Entertainment. After a little hesitation, the blonde explained that the girl had just told her that she didn't know Hannah at all. The brunette stared attentively at the little things she found and did not understand how they could be unfamiliar. Sonia couldn't understand why the name the boss said seemed so familiar to her. The student realized that this was not very important for her and continued to drink her morning coffee and chips. Entering the room, a girl with blue hair explained that her grandfather's sister had gained a lot of weight over the past year. The girl explained that Sonia needed to lose weight and this was not discussed. After a few moments, the student froze. The girl with pink hair explained that she had a growing body. Sonia, despite the comments, continued to eat the treats. The girl sternly reminded the student that the company positioned her as a radiant, pure, and charming beauty. Vasilisa was the girl's agent. The model asked her if she really wasn't radiant and pure. Holding her head, the agent asked the girl to look at herself. Vasilisa explained to the model that she would soon resemble a tempting fox. The manager suggested that the girl get back to business. Vasilisa said that she left on the table a plan of events in which the model would take part. The manager asked the skinny girl to immediately study it when she returned to college. The girls nodded silently in response. The agent told the girl that during the week she would try only what the nutritionist prescribed for her. Vasilisa explained to the model that she should return to her previous weight, which was before the new year. Having opened the camera on her phone, the model began to make faces at the camera, trying to make a seductive expression on her face. The girl with a smile on her face changed the angle of the photo and the expression on her face. Anastasia covered her face, trying to understand where her pure and innocent subordinate had gone. Leaning over the manager, the girl with pink hair asked to be allowed to enjoy the delicacies one last time. Anastasia coldly refused, explaining that the girl's weight was absolutely fine. The agent explained to the model that she needed to tone up her body. Sonia realized that painful physical training awaited her. Events are moved forward a week. The student endured many hellish training sessions. The girl's body was trembling, and unhealthy bruises appeared under her eyes. After a painful trip to the gym, Sonia announced that she was back. The eldest in the room asked the girls to look at the news on her phone. The girl with blonde hair and green-blue eyes was called Misa, and she was the second oldest in the common room. Trembling all over, the model asked if the girls had anything to snack on. Sonia noticed brewed instant noodles on the table. The emaciated model's eyes lit up greatly, and the aroma of food intoxicated her. The girl with pink hair asked Misa if she would eat those noodles. Sonia held the dish tightly to herself, hoping to finally taste the food. Having taken her snack, the girl explained that the agent had given her clear instructions. Misa explained that no one is allowed to provide the model with snacks. The blonde explained that it was time for the girl to give up. Upset, the model explained that this was child abuse. Crying, the girl lay down on the table, explaining that she had only eaten grass for a whole week and suffered through fitness every day after school. Sonia could not understand why such punishment fell on her. A girl with blue hair offered to give the model something to eat. Anna explained that their classmate had not touched food for several days. Pressing herself against the girl's leg, Sonia begged to get her a piece of meat. The model explained that for a piece of food she was ready to become the property of her friend. The girl with blue eyes turned to Misa. The blonde explained that she did not intend to die from Vasilisa's axe. A message arrived on the girl's phone. The blonde told her neighbors that the event was about to begin. The girl hurried her friends, explaining that if they were late, all the good seats would be taken. The model asked her neighbor what event she was talking about. Sonia asked if it was possible for her not to go. The girl with blue eyes shared that the winner of the award for best performance of a leading role, Hannah, arrived at their college to present a variety project in which Sonia will take part. Match realized that she forgot to take her glasses. The girls quickly ran out of the room, still hoping not to be late for the event. Misa took empty seats for herself and her friends and asked them to hurry up. Sonia said that she would take a little nap. The aspiring model asked to be woken up at the start of the event. From her classmates' reaction, she knew very well that she was really very tired. Events are transferred to the recreation room. The head of the academic department noticed that the stars were sparkling in their college. The girl explained her hope that alma mater will only get better. Misa drew the attention of her friends that they were being filmed and made a sweet gesture for the photo. The girl with blue eyes was a little confused when she noticed that they were on TV. Anastasia carefully decorated the brunette's hair with many shining jewelry. The manager asked who the young lady would be. Looking at the girl, the brunette realized that it was the one who accompanied her home. The friends tried to shake up their sleeping classmate. Sonia dreamed of delicious food and the girl did not want to wake up at all. The head explained that the girl was a student at their college. The man noticed that despite the fact that she had not yet become a role model, she had gained popularity. The manager explained that Sophia was too carefree by nature. The brunette explained that she was not at all bothered by serious matters. The brunette explained that it was easy for her to imagine it. The manager was surprised that the actress knew his student. Looking at the elegant watch, Hannah explained that time was running out and it was time to go on stage. The soft train of the blue dress curled across the floor. The clothes emphasized the beauty of the girl's figure. Anna was finally able to wake up her friend. The girl with blue hair said that they just got on TV. Rubbing her sleepy eyes, Sophia asked to give her a couple more minutes. When Hannah took the stage, there were cheers all around. Many students saw the beauty in real life for the first time. A girl with pink hair asked her friends who came on stage. Anna asked her friend if she really didn't take her lenses with her. Sophia explained that she could not see anything, and said that she would continue to sleep. Students assumed that based on recent footage, Sophia should be sitting in the front row. The brunette carefully examined the peacefully sleeping girl. After some time, the presenters announced that their event was coming to an end on a positive note. The voice asked the audience to leave the hall without creating any congestion. Fans shouted out a lot of compliments to Hannah and discussed which way the girl was looking. With a smile on her face, the actress thanked everyone present and explained that they would look forward to new meetings. Events are transferred to the recreation room. The man sincerely thanked the actress for her efforts. The brunette suggested that the girl rest a little if she was tired. Hannah refused, explaining that she had a reward ceremony waiting for her that evening. The brunette said that she would study information about the contestants. The actress asked them to come up one at a time in an hour. The girl with red hair listened to the brunette's order and handed over the portfolio. One of the girls thanked mentor He. Hannah explained that all the resumes were perfect. The brunette was disappointed that everything was done perfectly, like a template. The girl realized that even their status and background were unattainable for her. The brunette asked her assistant if anyone else was left. Nana said that there was one more person to stay. Nervously rummaging through the papers, the girl in the pink dress said that she had found the lost dossier. Taking the offered paper, the actress realized that she knew that girl. Hannah was surprised that she took first place at Honghai in Siawa. The assistant noticed that compared to other consultants, the girl looked rather peculiar. The actress quickly realized that she was deliberately pretending to be a simpleton. Nana remembered that the brunette had not eaten anything all day. The assistant offered Hannah a small fried chicken. Holding out the plate, Nana said that the fans had left something delicious for the actress. The girl reported that the chicken was still hot for the actress. Hannah explained that she wouldn't eat for now and asked to invite the last contestant first. The assistant did not argue with the brunette and walked out the door. Looking at the bracelet, the girl remembered that the contestant forgot her item during the first meeting, and during the second meeting she slept through her entire performance. The brunette was interested to see how she would behave when she found herself face to face with her. Looking into the room, Nana explained that she still had not arrived. The actress was surprised by such ignorance. Sophia quickly ran down the corridor, realizing that her affairs were bad. The girl with pink hair knew that if she was late, Vasilisa would probably kill her. The last contestant realized that in her haste she had forgotten her glasses again and couldn't see anything. The girl timidly looked into the hall. Hannah asked her to come in if she had already come. The contestant realized that the model was not called the Ice Queen for nothing. There was a certain chill in the brunette's voice. Nervously twirling her hair around her finger, the girl greeted her mentor. Hannah noticed that the girl was the only newcomer who made her wait. The actress strictly asked the girl to sit down. Sitting down opposite Hannah, the girl with pink hair introduced herself. The smell of fried chicken filled the thin woman's nose. Forgetting about the casting, Sophia stared at the food. Hannah couldn't understand why the contestant made such a vulgar expression on her face. The brunette realized that she had greatly overestimated the girl. The actress realized that she did not show any restraint in the face of her elders. Hannah noticed that the girl had a complete lack of aspirations. The brunette told the student that she had looked at her resume and work experience. Hannah noticed that the resume looked quite extensive. Tears appeared in the girl's eyes. Sophia asked her mentor if she could take just one piece. The actress was very confused and asked the girl if she really had nothing to ask her. The girl explained that she was so hungry that her head didn't work at all. Sophia promised Hai to become her loyal fan for just one piece of chicken. Such a famous actress felt worse than fried chicken for a moment. But she quickly threw the girl out of the office and ordered her to get out. Rubbing the back of her head, Sophia said that she was in a lot of pain. Misa told the girl that she had brought glasses for her. Looking at her, the blonde suggested that she no longer needed them. A friend reminded her that Sonia had a wonderful opportunity, but she didn't see anything. The blonde asked if she took an autograph, and she suggested that her classmate put on glasses and try her luck again. The future actress refused, explaining that she could not resist the tempting fried chicken. Nana noticed that the brunette had the award for best role, but still did not live up to the chicken. Smiling, Hannah asked when the official filming would begin. Nana informed the girl that filming would begin next month. The assistant noticed that the actress harbored a grudge against the girl. Suddenly, a new message from my mother came to my phone. The brunette looked at the phone, where her mother was complaining about her father. The girl coldly reminded her mother that their love had passed, and it was time to file for divorce. The brunette asked the woman why she tried to contact her day after day. The assistant carefully asked the brunette if everything was okay with her. Holding her head, the actress realized how tired she was of everything. The girl looked out and looked at the student again. The actress was surprised that such stupid people were capable of smiling so sincerely. Having taken the girl's resume, Hannah threw it in the trash because it was an eyesore for her. Bright fireworks sparkled over the liner. The massive ship moved almost unnoticed across the sea. Lots of people were drinking and having fun. Hannah was struck by the boredom of this banquet. Approaching the girl and clinking his glass, the guy with blue eyes noticed that they had not seen each other for a long time. The actor asked the girl if she had switched to the backstage. Wang was a second-tier actor. The guy rose from the bottom and began his career at the same time as Hannah. Vaughn always cast greedy glances at the brunette's influence. The actress clarified that she was just changing her role. The brunette explained that she was still working in film and television. You asked if the girl was busy organizing a feature film. The brunette explained that he just had a window in his schedule. Wang suggested discussing this. Raising a glass of wine, the girl offered to do this next time. Wang was disappointed that the actress still didn't let anyone near her. The guy offered to chat some more if she had the opportunity. Hannah was very surprised to see the girl from the casting. The blonde introduced Sophia and asked her to love and favor the new girl. The student noticed the queen of screens. The girl was surprised that she was present at such a banquet. Only now did Sophia remember that the actress was the girl she accompanied home that evening. The girl said that the person who talked with them was a major shareholder. A little upset, the student explained to the blonde that it seemed to her that she was in a lot of pain. The blonde's name was Yuan. She asked her friend how she could say that. The blonde told the student that she was her boss, with whom they would collaborate at the next stage. Yuan asked her friend not to offend her. The girl with pink hair explained that she thought it was sad. Yuan recalled that the actress had beauty and power. The blonde asked what reasons the actress might have for sadness. Smiling, the girl advised Sophia to try to make a good impression of herself in advance. The blonde said that she had inside information. Yuan said that the type of all the actresses under her command are modest and gentle talkers. Sophia explained that she did not want to discuss all this gossip. The aspiring actress said that she was very hungry and would prefer to eat something. Approaching the table, The girl with pink hair helped herself to a lot of delicious food. The aspiring actress was jubilant that she was finally able to escape from Yuan's control. Sophia knew that if Vasilisa did not come because she was busy, then she would not be able to try the delicacies. Standing on the balcony, the girl enjoyed the delicious food and the view of the night sky. Sophia caught the brunette's piercing gaze. The student could not understand how she ended up next to her. The aspiring actress realized that her image would come to an end. Fortunately for herself, Sophia remembered that the outstanding actress liked modest and gentle talkers. The girl with pink hair forced herself to calm down and demonstrate her acting skills. Turning to Hannah, the girl took a small strawberry. The student put the berry back, pretending that she had already eaten her fill. Sophia asked who managed to put so much food on her plate. The student asked how she could handle this entire portion. Hannah was still standing, sipping from her glass of wine. Hearing only silence in response, the aspiring actress felt very awkward. Sophia was aware that the brunette didn't react at all. The girl did not understand what to do next. The student claimed that she was so full that she had a stomachache. Sophia said that she should have taken the plate back after all. The aspiring actress did not pay attention to Hannah's cold attitude and decided to continue acting. Passing by the actress, the student smelled a very pleasant smell. The girl stopped her thoughts. Don't let them go any further. Hannah followed the girl with her cold gaze. Catching her gaze, her heart began to break out of Sophia's chest. The student noted that if you look at the actress closely, you can see that there was no arrogance in her. Sophia's gaze was strongly attracted by the girl with her charm. She began to get very nervous that her boss suddenly smiled. Hannah realized that she still knew too little about the mysterious girl. After a busy day, the student climbed to the top bunk of the bed. Having made herself more comfortable, Sophia remembered that she had forgotten to take off her makeup. The girl promised herself to rest a little and then wash it off. The student promised herself to never go to any cruise ship banquets again. Misa explained that she had already gone to bed. The blonde asked her friends not to stay on the phone until late. Scrolling through her social networks, the girl realized that activity in the comments was in full swing. Sophia realized that she only published her work on social networks. The girl noticed that the brunette seemed saddened in every photo. Sophia realized that even such a successful and influential person was capable of feeling loneliness. After a hard day of work, the girl closed her eyes and quickly fell asleep. Looking around, the student tried to realize what place she had ended up in. The girl with pink hair saw Hannah in front of her, sitting on a chair, curled up into a ball. Sitting down next to the actress, Sophia asked if she was always alone. The girl asked the actress to let her be there. The student jumped up sharply. I don't understand why she had such a shameful dream. A slight blush of shame appeared on Sophia's face. The girl asked if she was really going to take part in auditions for the emperor. The student invited her friend to see what kind of production it was in advance. The aspiring actress noted that the script was a rather sad palace drama. The blonde invited the girl to take her for company. Her shameful dream appeared before Sophia's eyes. The blonde snatched the notebook, suggesting that there was something wrong with the plot. The girl with blonde hair was called Lana. The blonde was a senior student at the college where Sophia studied, and she gained considerable fame online thanks to the single reckoning. Smiling, the aspiring actress explained that everything was fine there. The girl was surprised that she suddenly had associations with yesterday's dream. Lana explained that even though she was a guest actor, she was still afraid of making a mistake. The blonde asked Sophia to accompany her and give her courage. Lana promised the girl that after everything was over, she would treat her to lunch. For such a fee, it was not difficult for an aspiring actress to go to a casting with a girl. Sophia was glad to sit in the hall for a delicious lunch. While drinking her favorite coffee, the girl realized that it was definitely worth her time. Lana explained that she heard that the director was incredibly strict. The blonde explained that this role was a complete mystery to her. Sophia smiled and noticed that her friend looked great. The girl with pink hair explained that when you receive a challenge, you should boldly take a step forward. The aspiring actress asked her friend not to forget that she was there. Thanking Sophia, Lana explained that it was time for her to get ready for the shoot. Hannah told the man that Lindsay was almost ready. The brunette said that according to the plan, the lens will initially move from afar. She wanted the image to look expansive and dark. The brunette said that he understood the director. Watching the director, Sophia was surprised that she had barely managed to take off her theatrical costume and had already begun directing the filming. The girl with pink hair was surprised by the dedication to work. The actor asked the blonde how she dared to refuse him. With a bad performance, Lanika asked him to stop. Watching the rehearsal, Sophia had the feeling that the game looked a little empty. The operator stated that everything was filmed. Approaching Lanika, the director noticed that her line contained only a couple of phrases. The brunette asked where she was hovering. With a trembling voice, the blonde asked the director for forgiveness and promised to be more attentive in the future. Watching what was happening, Sophia noticed that the women were really strict and did not give any concessions. He asked to stop filming. The guy didn't panic too much because, according to their feeling, he could soon break down. The director suggested that the girl take a break. He explained that she would demonstrate how to play correctly. The brunette let down her luxurious dark hair, which fell below her lower back. Those present were delighted with the beauty of the experienced, successful, and fairly famous actress. Filming has begun. He explained that she didn't want anything from the guy. Grabbing her hand, the brunette reminded her that she was his concubine. The girl explained that she did not want to share him with others. The brunette burst into tears and asked to be released and given freedom. The girl played beautifully and drops of tears flowed from her eyes. Sophia was delighted with the performance of her experienced colleague. He asked the blonde to relax and become the character she was playing. The director asked the girl to forget about Lindsay, go on stage and completely devote herself to the role. The blonde realized that she expected this from her mentor. After several unsuccessful takes, the scene with Lindsay was filmed. The guy suggested that Hi go on vacation early and noticed that you did a great job. Very nervous, Sophia approached her mentor and said hello. The girl noticed that he played the role perfectly. Looking around, the brunette was surprised that the girl was also in the room. The director asked if the girl was brought to the set for moral support. The girl with pink hair noticed that the director was right. Sophia explained that the brunette was the project manager. She also came to reconnoiter the situation on this front. And she realized that the mentor was too perceptive, trying to change the topic. The girl noticed that the mentor's recent speech was believable. Sophia insisted that she was speechless from the impression. The brunette asked what was good about her performance. He was very annoyed that the girl wanted to play in front of her. The aspiring actress was very nervous, because she understood that one wrong word, and she would not survive on this project. Sophia blamed herself for starting the conversation with her mentor. The student noted that the performance was so good that she wanted to be in the emperor's place. The aspiring actress did not understand what nonsense she had just said. The director noted that she did not expect such an answer. The girl did not understand that she had just blurted out this vulgar phrase. The brunette explained that you would be waiting for her impatiently. He was surprised by the student's unceremoniousness. The student did not understand the beginning of the phrase she had just said. Sophia suggested that she would be offered to play the emperor who tears her clothes. For a few moments, the girl with pink hair thought that the director was flirting with her. The blonde noticed that her friend seemed to have passed out. Lindsay will thank the girl for keeping her company on the set. The blonde said that she was providing the treat this time. Lanika said the entire menu was sugar-free and low-fat. The blonde said that the taste, despite the dietary composition, did not change. Sonia was amazed at her friend's mood and explained that she would not leave a crumb. The blonde asked her friend if she thought mentor he was a great person. Lanika suggested that the mentor probably had a lot of admirers. While eating diet food, the girl noticed that he had high standards. The blonde asked her friend what her criteria were when choosing a partner. A little embarrassed, Sonia explained that she liked older people. Lanika was a little disappointed because she had hoped. Blushing, the blonde remarked that being older wasn't bad either. The blonde asked her friend why she was eating. Sophia didn't understand why she suddenly remembered her mentor. The student asked herself to get ready and not think about anything. After lunch, the girl stretched sweetly and thanked the blonde. The phone in Lanika's bag rang. Picking up the phone, the girl asked Lucy why she called so late. A light danced in her blue eyes when the girl heard that mentor he wanted to accept her. Lucy explained to her friend that she had heard right, and their team was not a bad idea. Lucy was Lanika's agent. The purple-haired girl explained that she didn't miss out on opportunities. A little upset, the blonde explained that she had not performed so well. The agent told the blonde that Hannah had heard her song, and the invitation came personally from the actress. Lucy suggested that the girl discuss this not over the phone, but to meet in person. Hugging the blonde tightly, Sophia explained that under Lucy's leadership, success awaited her. Thanking for the compliment, Lanika promised to try. A few days later, Lanika successfully signed the contract and became Hannah's direct student. The blonde began to work in her new field. Yuan called the girl and invited everyone to dance together. The blonde was dressed in a luxurious red dress with rhinestones. Sonia asked where she got so much energy. The student lay lazily on the table after drinking several delicious cocktails. Suddenly, a message arrived on the girl's phone. Cece asked the girl to help her because mentor he had drunk too much. Having perked up a little, the girl with pink hair asked what happened to her mentor. A friend asked if she had stopped correctly. Looking around, Sonia explained that her friends should be somewhere nearby. Waving her hand, she showed the girl where they were. The tipsy blonde asked the girl if they were a couple. Sonia asked the blonde to stop talking nonsense, explaining that they were just studying together. Holding the student tightly to her, the blonde explained that then she would not stand on ceremony. Sophia asked her older sister to be a little quieter. The girl was surprised that the blonde was able to get drunk without drinking anything. Cece was a little embarrassed because she heard everything. Already in the taxi with Hannah, the student explained to Cece that she was leaving the blonde to her. The blonde promised to return the jade safely to the kingdom of Zhao. Very nervous, Sophia did not want to believe that devil. The girl with pink hair couldn't understand how she could get so drunk again. The student remembered that last time the brunette also drank herself into unconsciousness. Sophia carefully fastened her seatbelt. The girl understood that a high-ranking and brilliant person probably had to work harder than others. The student was trying to figure out what brand of perfume the actress was using. The wonderful aroma made the girl soar in the clouds every time. Sophia realized that she had been very noisy, but the actress still did not wake up. The student began to worry that Hannah had poisoned herself with alcohol. The girl nervously shook her mentor, but she did not react. Taking 2 fingers, the girl, with trembling hands, checked the actress's breathing. Having woken up, the brunette asked Sonia what she was doing. Blushing deeply, the student explained that she was very glad to see her mentor again. The girl explained that she just wanted to make sure. The actress asked if her student was really trying to make sure that she was still alive. The brunette asked not to confuse the plot number with reality. Hannah explained that in real life, dying was not so easy. Closing her eyes, the actress finally asked to go. Sophia's heart was beating wildly and she looked at her mentor with pleasure. The girl again arrived at the luxurious house. With excitement and trembling in her voice, the student asked her mentor if she was okay. The brunette tried to enter the code for her mansion. The woman entered the house with an uncertain gait. Sonia invited the mentor to rest and promised to organize some kind of snack. With a clouded mind, the brunette explained that she shouldn't have done this. Hannah was surprised that the girl knew her way around her house so well. The actress was sure that the girl took her home last time. The brunette was surprised that she knew her for sure. Hannah remembered pictures from her youth. The girl's mother constantly argued with her father. The woman explained that if the man didn't come home, he might not come back at all. The girl's father explained that he was fed up with his family. Hannah was very uncomfortable, because she had long been accustomed to loneliness. She professionally knew how to put on a smile while getting used to enduring the pain in her body. The brunette was sure that she could cope quite well alone. After all, she had pills. The student opened the refrigerator with a smile. To the girl's surprise, it was completely empty inside. Having opened the closet, the girl noticed that, fortunately, at least something was left. Sonia realized that the situation left much to be desired. The can fell out with a crash, scattering dozens of pills across the tiled floor. Worried, the student asked her mentor what was the matter. The answer was only viscous silence. The aspiring actress quickly ran up to her mentor, very worried about her. The brunette lay face down, not paying any attention to the noise. Sonia lifted her mentor, helping her walk, and said that they would go to the hospital. Pushing the girl away, Hannah asked not to touch her and explained that she could not go to the hospital. The actress explained that she could have been photographed. Sonia suggested that the girl lie down first. Once again, the actress asked not to touch her. The student noticed that the brunette had lost consciousness from pain. The girl asked Hannah why she was so stubborn. Sonia asked what the situation was with the medications on the table. Breathing heavily, the actress asked to be left alone. Breaking into a scream, the girl explained that they were not talking about trifles. The student explained that in the worst case, the situation could end in toxicopathic shock. The brunette curled up into a ball and asked to leave her and leave. Hannah explained that she was already used to the pain. The actress claimed that when she gets some sleep, everything will be fine. Fortunately, Sonia remembered that when intoxicated, you need to drink milk. She agreed not to take her to the hospital if she followed her instructions. And I was glad that my life experience was finally useful. Sonia put a small tube in a carton of milk and inserted it into the drunkard's mouth. Hannah asked the girl what she gave her. The woman realized that the drink didn't taste so bad. Sonia looked at the brunette with admiration. She was beautiful even when she drank milk. The student realized that her mentor was a goddess who entered their captive world. The girl was glad that the brunette still did not refuse everything. The student told Hannah that she would go make porridge. Sonia suggested eating before taking the pills. The girl told her mentor that if the stomach is empty, the discomfort will not go away. The student warned that if an aggravation occurs, they should immediately go to the hospital. After finishing cooking in the steamer, the girl with pink hair assured her mentor that she had found some rice in her kitchen. Sonia claimed that she could only be content with this. The girl carefully brought the porridge to the actress. The student reported that the rice was not hot because she had already cooled it down a bit. With the same blank look, the brunette announced that she would not eat. The actress asked the guest to leave. The student said that she would now tell a scary story. The brunette was surprised that the girl had something in her head again. Sonia said that there was a sheep that once had too much to drink. The girl said that the valiant tigress found her and returned her home. The student said that the tigress cooked porridge for the sheep, but she did not eat it. Then the tigress attacked the sheep and with one bite deprived it of its head. Still with the same indifferent look, the brunette asked if Sonia was really a tigress in this story. The student insisted that she would not have dared and would have simply told a scary story. The girl asked her mentor to eat quickly. Sonia explained that as soon as she eats everything, she will leave and will no longer bother. Without much enthusiasm, the brunette took the plate. The mentor asked the girl to pay more attention to intonation and expressiveness while telling stories. The brunette asked if the acting teachers really didn't teach the girl this. The student noticed that the mentor was indeed very strict. After finishing her porridge, Hannah showed an empty plate and explained that she had finished eating and drank milk. The actress assured the girl that she could leave. The student said that she was leaving immediately, and with quick steps she headed towards the exit. The actress poured a handful of different pills out of the jar and washed them down with water. The student asked the woman to stop. Sonia asked her mentor why she was taking the medicine in such large doses. The student explained that such behavior could lead to poisoning. The brunette explained that she was already accustomed to the pills and could not sleep without them. The student assured that if the teacher harmed herself, she would send her to the hospital. Sonia assured that she was ready to do this even through force. The actress was surprised that the girl wanted to take care of her so persistently. Hannah agreed not to take the pills. The brunette claimed that now nothing is holding Sonia back. Very embarrassed, the girl explained that her agent was busy during these hours, and she could not return to college. The student asked to leave a little later. Hannah explained that she had promised not to take medication. The actress promised the girl to call a driver who would take her. The student agreed to leave, making the brunette promise that she would not overdo it with the pills. A white car rushed through the city at night. Sonia was surprised that her mentor swallowed so many pills every day. The girl was very worried that the actress's house was empty, and there were no signs of life. Tearing the student from her thoughts, her phone suddenly rang. Picking up the phone, the girl heard the concerned voice of her friend. The girl was worried if everything was okay with her master. Sonia explained that everything was fine with the actress and her friend had nothing to worry about. The student explained that she briefly kept the brunette company. Smiling, Sonia noted that when Yuan got down to business, a successful outcome was guaranteed. The student asked her friend if she would trust her. Very nervous, the blonde explained that she had not warned the girl about something. Yuan claimed that her mentor had quite a lot of rules. The blonde joked that she was allegedly afraid that her friend would step on a mine. Yuan assured her friend that her mentor really did not like being touched or having any physical contact. The girl explained that these rules applied even to those who had a good relationship with Hannah. The blonde explained that the mentor was quite picky when it came to food. Yuan claimed that when ordinary people got drunk, they usually prepared broth or thin porridge for hangovers. The blonde explained to her friend that her mentor especially hated porridge and milk. Having dropped the phone from her hands, Sonia realized that she had run into every mine. The girl buried her face in the driver's seat and began to cry. Yuan asked the girl if she was still in touch. They called Hannah and said that her student wanted to leave the project. The mentor asked if they wanted to find a worthy replacement for her as compensation. The brunette asked if she didn't dare come because of yesterday. The actress explained that the vice president is not such a naive person as to be led by the experiences of a child. Hannah asked me to tell the vice president that yesterday's milk was pretty good. The brunette asked me to bring her a couple of packs after filming began. The blonde couldn't believe her ears. Having put down the phone, the girl asked if the blonde had come because of her. The girl explained that Sonia did not do this on purpose, but simply acted solely out of good intentions. The blonde explained that her friend sometimes did people a disservice. The brunette asked Yuan how well she knew the girl, and she said that the girl had been her friend since junior year. The blonde explained to Sonia that she had given her consent. Shaking Yuan, the student claimed that her teacher was going to destroy her. The blonde assured that they would most likely destroy her. Huddled in a corner, Sonia realized that the brunette was definitely targeting her during the project. The student felt that only hopeless darkness awaited her ahead. The blonde reminded her friend that she should just get over it. Yuan joked that the student might be torn apart by 5 horses. Noticing that Sonia was very depressed, the blonde touched her, trying to calm her down. Yuan asked to tell her about that white bunny that they saw yesterday. The student noticed that Yuan was still that pervert and traitor. Events are postponed during the filming of the project. All participants were full of fighting spirit and gathered in the television studio. Sonia realized that she could not escape now. The blonde reminded the girl that filming had finally begun. The girl suggested that Yuan try hard together. The student froze when she saw her image on the huge screen. Covering her image with her body, Sonia began to cry, realizing that they used the video in which she starred in high school. Smiling, the blonde noticed that the video was quite cute. With tears in her eyes, Sonia asked the editor to come to her. The friend strictly asked the girl not to be angry. The blonde asked her friend if she had heard about the competition procedure. The girl explained that after the end of the first round, among more than 1,000 contestants, 4 people would be chosen for each leader's group. The blonde explained that she was a little worried. The mentors also believed that it was worth rekindling their professional potential and enjoying the feeling of their youth. From the screens, women insisted that you need to discover your inner genius and go beyond. Sonia asked how soon her painful death awaits. The girl supported Cece that she would definitely make it through with her vocal talent. The girl with pink hair reminded them that they were performing in the second half and could warm up. Smiling, Hannah noticed that the girl was in a good mood, because she didn't run away at the last minute. The brunette was looking forward to Sonia's exit. The performance went on as usual. Each student tried to show their talent. The presenter asked participant number 098 to come forward to answer questions and receive marks. The leaders strictly assessed the participants with their eyes. The presenter asked the leaders to give their assessments and turned the floor over to mentor He. Brunette explained that after watching the performance, she would like to ask 3 questions. The woman asked why he went on stage, what abilities he wanted to reveal, and what he wanted to achieve. In a trembling voice, the guy explained that he wanted to reveal himself and his special features. One of the mentors offered to help the guy so that he wouldn't think about it at all. The girl with blue eyes claimed that he did not even realize all his advantages. The blonde asked Hannah what she thought. The woman noticed that the brunette remained equanimous all day. The brunette noticed that the guy was very confident in himself, but he never managed to reveal his advantages. The girl explained that every performer that appeared on stage was extremely valuable. He's mentor explained that his performance lacked proper preparation. Going backstage, the guy burst into tears and asked why he received such a blow. The presenter with a cheerful voice asked participant number 099 to go onto the stage. Seeing the tearful girl, the presenter announced a break. Those present were very worried about what was happening behind the scenes because everyone came out in tears. The students were very scared because they all knew that mentors He and Ha were queens of sharp tongues. Sonia prayed that the gods would grant her protection. The girl explained that she had not violated a single heavenly law in the past, neither in this nor in subsequent lives. The student knew that she had stepped on Hannah's landmines and simply could not find a common language with her. She asked her friend why she was so afraid of her mentor. Sonia was surprised that her friend no longer felt fear, although the brunette had recently become her friend's mentor. The blonde explained that she was a little afraid, but the girl explained that he was not so domineering and cold-blooded. Cece insisted that the brunette was quite soft-hearted. Sonia explained to her friend that every time she saw the brunette, her heart sank to her feet. The student explained that she had not been afraid of anyone since childhood. Cece explained that she knew that her mentor had a younger sister who got into show business quite early and then went abroad to gain experience. The blonde suggested that perhaps the actress's softness towards her had something to do with her younger sister. The girl with pink hair assumed that on the day she first met her mentor, she mistook her for her sister. Cece explained that she was a little worried about Hannah and gave it her all. Taking the blonde by the shoulders, the girl explained that she had nothing to worry about. The girl was surprised that Sonia had recently walked around with a pained look. The blonde noticed that she was now inspired, and it was impossible to discern a drop of excitement in her. Sonia explained to her friend that she shouldn't dwell on her experiences, because it wouldn't be of any use anyway. The girl with pink hair explained that if she showed everything badly, she could always return to her village. Sonia explained to her friend that she did not like the ominous atmosphere at the casting. The girl invited Cece to return with her and engage in arable farming. In that case, Sonia suggested building a small theater and staging a performance for children there. Laughing, the blonde noticed that she knew how to understand her mood. And I asked why my friend decided to start working in this field. The presenter's voice asked the participants to go backstage and begin preparations. Sonia realized that her plan was only suitable for making ends meet. The girl quickly walked behind the stage. Events are transferred to the recording studio during a break. Mentor. He noticed that the casting skills of the participants left much to be desired. The blonde assured that she lost the desire to evaluate the contestants. The woman asked the brunette if she agreed with her. Hannah nodded and assured her that she needed to go to the dressing room and put on her makeup. Sonia's file fell to the floor. With excitement, the man asked why the participants were crying. The host asked if Master He was too harsh. Some of the participants claimed that there were tears of joy on their faces. Hugging a stuffed hare, the guy claimed that they were not crying because they were tortured. The next participant, number 0200, was Sonia. The brunette smiled and wondered if the girl could surprise her with something. The purple-haired girl noticed that this was the first time that Teacher He had shown interest in one of the members. Looking back, the mentor noticed that she too would like to know about that girl. Hannah was surprised that she looked like she was waiting for her to perform. The brunette explained that she herself wanted to know a little about the girl. Walking towards the stage, Sonia tried to convince herself that in comparison with the competition song of the village of Siava, this was only a small skit. The student managed to get on stage with enormous willpower. The girl walked up the stairs with confident steps. Everyone was amazed at how cute the girl looked. Sonia's speaking style was determined by the company and coincided with the direction she was going to follow. The girl realized that she just needed to approach each performance conscientiously. It was very difficult for the students not to worry. The excitement was due to the fact that Teacher He was closely watching her. The girl's classmates were sincerely delighted with how quickly she danced on stage. The presenter asked the leaders to comment on the performance. Sonia sincerely hoped that Mentor He would do her a favor and not burn the bridges between them. The purple-haired girl noticed that the student had worked on her choreography skills well. Mentor. He noticed that the girl really liked it. The blonde was surprised by the sincerity and straightforwardness of the student's performance. The girl prayed that Hannah would give her the positive comment she so desired. The actress noticed that the girl's song and dance were excellent, but did not match her image. The mentor asked if there was something more mature in the girl's repertoire. The student explained that she could perform one more song. Sonia asked the sound engineer to turn on jazz. The girl hoped that the brunette would not focus attention on her and that everything would be fine. Sonia took off the ridiculous childish bow from her head and lowered her denim jacket from one shoulder. The brunette was a little surprised by such a bright transformation. In the middle of her speech, the girl approached her mentor. Hannah was surprised by such a bright performance from the girl. Cece could not understand what happened to her mentor. The blonde noticed that Hai's face was a little red. Cece assumed that her mentor had not fully recovered. The students raised cheers in support of their fellow students. Sonia was glad she stuck it out because the song was too long. The facilitator asked the mentors to reevaluate. Hannah explained to the girl that everything was fine and she could go. The mentor asked the girl to start preparing for the next stage of the competition with all her might. Lowering her eyes, the girl thanked her for the fair assessment. Sonia couldn't believe that the brunette let her go so easily. The brunette asked the girl to give her own assessment of her performance. Smiling, Sonia replied that it was an ordinary performance without any regrets. The brunette explained that there were rumors that the leaders wanted to assign her to one of the groups. The presenters asked the girl if she was sure that she would make it to the finals. The student explained that no one stopped her from moving on to the next stage. Sonia understood that the big shots behind the scenes had already decided everything. The girl knew that they were interviewing just for the sake of hype. The student understood that the level of the project interview was at the bottom. With a wink, Sonia promised that if she received the blessing of one of the leaders, she would never let him down. Laughing, the presenter noted that he already felt her motivation. Sonia waited for this interview to end, because she could already smell the aroma of the bento. The brunette asked which leader the girl would choose. The contestant thought about it. The student explained that with the exception of Hannah, any other mentor would be suitable for her. The presenter asked the girl why her choice was this, and asked her to share with their viewers. Sonia explained that Master He was too strict. The girl explained that her legs gave way at the sight of the brunette. The presenter noted that during the performance there was no hint that she was afraid of the actress. The student explained that he did not understand her. The girl admitted that she was so nervous that she broke out in a cold sweat. Sonia shared that during the dance her limbs became numb. The student insisted that she had to give all her strength to look so confident during the performance. The guy noticed that Sonia was very modest. The girl with red hair asked mentor why she stopped. The brunette stopped near the door and asked to wait a few seconds. Looking into the office, the girl with red hair knew that it was the girl who performed that passionate dance. The girl quickly realized that Mentor He paid special attention to Sonia. The student asked if this was the end of the interview. Sonia secretly admitted that if Hannah became her leader, she would cut her own throat. That the girl was so afraid of that one. Hearing this, the brunette asked her assistant to move on. Events are transferred to a consultant psychologist. The psychologist suggested that Hannah focus on the latest diagnosis. The man explained to the actress that she was in excellent condition and could safely continue her activities. The brunette's gaze was just as indifferent. The psychologist asked if the girl had contact with anyone. Hannah explained that through her work, she had the opportunity to meet quite a few children. The brunette explained that looking at the guys at the dawn of her spring, she remembered herself at the beginning of her career. Taking one of the packs of milk, the girl asked if she could drink it. The psychologist noticed that Hannah did not like milk before. The brunette realized that she had been looking for this brand for a long time. The actress explained that at her age it is necessary to compensate for the lack of calcium. Hannah noticed that the taste was really sweet. Turning around, the brunette thanked Gao for the consultation and the milk. The bus was quickly approaching the stop. Passengers waited from foot to foot for the arrival of transport. Sonia noticed that everything was organized very mysteriously. The student was surprised that they were not even told where they were going. The girl asked Cece if the mentor had given any hints. The blonde explained that Mentor He wasn't fully aware either. Cece asked her friend to come in and not hold up the line. Looking out the window, Sonia noticed that the girl's mentor was outside the window. The student dreamily noted that it was great to be a leader, because they were provided with special transport, unlike them. Claiming that her mentor had been acting strange lately, the blonde explained that Hannah has been frozen in place lately, and sometimes starts laughing. B assumed it was due to stress. The girl warned that she needed to keep an eye on her mentor. Sonia explained that when she was at the brunette's house, she discovered a whole stack of medications that she was taking. Nervous Cece explained that it all started after her friend competed. The student realized that her mentor could not be stunned by her hot dance. The blonde explained that she was stunned by her friend's dance and greatly expanded her horizons. She noticed that the girl had reached amazing height. Taking a break from the conversation, Sonia noticed that Yana had gotten on the bus. The blondes asked in surprise who that girl was. The student was delighted that she had the opportunity to eat on the same bus with Yana. Cece asked her friend to show a little restraint and not scare the person. The wheels of the bus made many revolutions, carrying the models for long kilometers. Pushing Sonia on the shoulder, the girl announced that they had already arrived. Cece said that everyone had already left and was waiting only for the two of them. The student told the blonde that she was hungry and offered to go somewhere later. After leaving the bus, a terrible smell entered the girl's nose. Lots of bird feathers were flying everywhere. The students were brought to one of the farms. A woman with pink hair greeted everyone who came to experience life in the village of Siava. The woman under the camera lens said that here the students, together with the leaders, would spend a warm and labor-intensive half a month. The rural landscapes turned out to be quite good. Presenter Kay said that in the evening during a banquet on the edge of the village, several participants will choose their cadets. Sonia didn't understand why she was dragged home. Hannah wondered if her vocal champion would emerge. The village was plunged into darkness and only a few stars illuminated the rural landscape. The presenter asked if Sonia saw her grandmother after returning. The student explained that after completing the preparatory work, she planned to spend as much time as possible with her. Kay assumed that the girl was surprised that the show organizer suddenly decided to choose her village. The presenter explained to the girl that she should thank Mentor He for this. The woman explained that the brunette persistently suggested going to the village of Siava. Sonia was surprised that this was a proposal to Mentor He. The presenter asked the student to sit down as soon as possible. Kay said they still have a lot of announcements to make. Taking the stage, the presenter announced that their reality show would officially start tomorrow. The woman suggested that everyone take a good rest and gain strength. Kay informed that after the meeting they would conduct a mutual anonymous selection, and then make a decision on the design of the groups. This was done to increase mutual understanding and create friendly relations. The woman with pink hair said that due to family reasons, Mentor He left the leadership group. The blonde gave her place to the owner of the title of Dance Queen. Coming onto the stage, the girl introduced herself to Misu. Misu explained that she hopes to support students in the future. The students began to chatter, admiring the girl. Sonia explained that she wanted to get into Mentor Me's group. One of the girls noticed that Yana had no face and asked if she was okay. The brunette explained that everything was fine with her. Kay announced that after eating, clients could start thinking about the game, which would help improve their relationships with each other. The presenter recalled that the actors would have a life together in the future. Raising her hand, the girl with red hair suggested a game of blind man's buff. Sonia hoped that they would play the proposed game, because she loved simple games without unnecessary complexity. The girl prayed to the saints so that the project leaders would not choose some difficult game. Hannah explained what supports such an idea. The student was a little alarmed by what was happening with Mentor He. Kay took a glass of wine and raised it up. She wished everyone a fun time. The rules of the game were to try to grab another participant in the game while blindfolded. After the capture, the presenter used 3 phrases to describe the person who was caught. The blonde understood that despite the fact that she was blindfolded, she could identify a person by smell. After grabbing Sonia, the girl described her as silly, a little glutton and a drama queen. The student noticed that this game was too easy. Before this, Sonia was sure that the stupider the game, the more fun it was. The girl was disappointed and wanted to play truth or dare. Approaching the brunette, the student asked Yana if she was lonely. As the guys left, he noticed that the game seemed uninteresting and offered to hug the next one caught. As an option, he suggested that the person who guessed correctly would receive a kiss as a reward. Sonia learned that her turn would soon come. The girl set out to catch her sister Yana. The girls looked at each other for a moment. The student was delighted that their eyes met, because this was happiness for the fan. The presenter drew Hannah's attention to the fact that Sonia really liked Yana. Kay suggested that the mentor take both girls into her group. The operator did not understand what was happening, because for a moment he felt a sharp cooling around the brunette. Vadim began to get very nervous. The presenter noted that Sonia's intentions were obvious to everyone. The girl waited impatiently for Yana to grab her and helped her in this. Kay was surprised that her mentor was enthusiastic and wanted to participate too. The presenter realized that this could be a sensation. Having caught the girl, Yana described her as smart, funny, and pretty. The brunette explained that she immediately recognized her classmate when she heard her ringing laugh, and immediately found her. She handed the mask to Sonia. Very embarrassed, the student explained that she laughed not because she was afraid that she had passed by. With a smile on her face, Sonia asked the concubines to hide properly. The blonde jokingly asked if Her Highness was overacting, and she took tentative steps blindly, wondering where all the cuties were hiding. Sonia abruptly grabbed her mentor and, stretching out her lips, assured that the king would show mercy to the captured person. The student unexpectedly kissed the brunette on the cheek. Hannah blushed deeply from embarrassment. After all, she now immediately realized that things were bad, because most likely the game was filmed and it would be on the front page. Sonia realized that it had suddenly become too quiet. Having taken off her mask, the student became very nervous, realizing that she had kissed Mentor He. Under the brunette's gaze, the girl tried to explain what was happening in a voice trembling with fear. Approaching the girl, a friend asked if she was normal. Cece noticed that her friend was very brave because she decided to kiss her mentor. With panic in her voice, Sonia insisted that she allegedly did not know that in front of her was mentor he. The events are transferred to the evening of the same day in the hostel. With tears in her eyes, Sonia realized that her end would soon come. The blonde asked what happened to her fearless friend. In a trembling voice, the student explained that they were talking about a cold screen star. The girl with pink hair explained that she saw the expression on her mentor's face and was worried whether she had brushed her teeth well. Yana explained that she was very jealous of her classmate. She insisted that she had admired mentor he for more than 5 years, and she claimed that she was jealous of Sonia that she was able to get close to the TV star so quickly. With sparkling eyes, Yana explained that in her second year of high school, she flew thousands of kilometers to Beijing to attend a fan meeting with her idol. The brunette explained that back then she was only able to see Hannah through one eye. The girl noticed that the mentor did not look so cold before, standing in front of the cameras. The blonde asked her friend why she stood up so suddenly. Sonia explained that the room had become too stuffy and she needed to get some air. A friend asked the girl not to take on such a martyr-like appearance. The blonde noticed that the girl was indeed afraid of her mentor. Sonia asked if it was necessary to gossip about mentor he all the time. Walking out the door, the student shuddered, not understanding why the brunette was on the street. The girl was very worried that she would seem like a complete bitch if she turned around and left. Sonia realized that she was in too awkward a situation. Turning to the student, she herself did not realize why she was on the street at such a late time. Trying to break the awkward silence, the student noticed that the wind was howling in the night. Sonia was horrified at what kind of nonsense she was talking about. The brunette did not notice that the wind was indeed quite noisy. The girl was amazed that the mentor decided to keep up the conversation. If the student had known about this in advance, she would have stayed in the room. Turning around, Sonia invited her mentor to eat too. The girl noticed that Hannah might get tired if she continued to stand like that. The student realized that after her attempts, the silence became even more awkward. The girls simultaneously decided to talk about playing blind man's buff. Turning away, the brunette explained that there was nothing like that, and she did not take it to heart. Hannah turned away and explained that it was time for her to go. The actress began to sweat heavily and after a moment almost lost consciousness. Sonia explained that this was probably due to low blood sugar. The student reminded her that she had not eaten properly for a long time. The mentor explained that she was fine and that she had long since gotten used to it. Sonia recommended giving the brunette a break. The student explained to the girl that she shouldn't make all this bravado. The girls were sitting in an embrace and Sonia invited the brunette to lean on her shoulder. They sat and silently watched the starry sky. Hannah noticed that the cadet helped her out a lot. The brunette invited the girl to speak out if she wanted. In a voice trembling with excitement, Sonia asked if the mentor would really listen to her. With her eyes downcast, the student asked that the mentor could help her when the group selection began. The girl explained that she knew that something was staged and asked to help her decide on a group with mentor me. For a few moments there was silence in the night village. Standing up sharply, the brunette explained that it was already too late to talk about it. Turning around, Hannah promised to help the girl. Sonia assumed that she said something wrong. Events moved to a sun-drenched hostel. Sakura petals swirled around the building in small streams of wind. Entering the room, the blonde noticed that her friend had finally woken up. Rubbing her sleepy eyes, Sonia asked why she got up so early. The blonde told her friend that she had brought her breakfast, but the girl suggested that it should be called lunch. Seeing the bag of dumplings, Sonia's eyes lit up. The girl was delighted to taste the highest quality dumplings from her homeland. A friend suggested that the girl first brush her teeth. The girl assured that she would feel more comfortable brushing her teeth after eating. Misa reported that Yana shared a room with Misa's mentor. The blonde suggested that there were some shady dealings between the girls. Sonia, finishing her meal, explained that this could not have happened. Lowering her eyes, Misa explained that her sixth sense was quite rarely wrong. The blonde assumed that something happened between the girls. The girl explained that when she talked with her mentor Misu, Yana's face looked somehow strange. Misa explained that she heard the staff chattering. The blonde explained that they discussed that Misu herself was trying to get Yana into her group. Sonia remembered that yesterday she also asked mentor he for something similar. The girl realized that there really was something connecting them. Coming out onto the porch, Misa stretched sweetly, realizing that the reality show would start only tomorrow. The blonde offered to see her friend and her grandmother. Sonia explained that she adored her relative's food. The girl called out to her grandmother. Sonia was surprised that the old woman was surrounded by students. She asked her granddaughter to look at how many gifts she had brought. Sonia asked if she really carried everything herself. Smiling, the woman explained that her neighbor helped carry the grill. The grandmother explained that Sonia rarely had the chance to visit the village. Standing next to the woman with the skewers, Cece offered to help skewer the meat. Standing with delicacies in hand, Sonia announced that all classmates would have the chance to try the one and only barbecue from their grandmother. She promised that no one would forget this wonderful taste. Misa noticed that her friend took advantage of Vasilisa's absence and was ready to eat without stopping. She explained that her mentor did not look at all important after returning. Cece explained that she couldn't even understand what happened. The girl assured that her mentor sat motionless, looking at one point and did not respond. A very nervous Sonia asked her friend if she was thinking about it. The girl realized that she had actually said something wrong last night. The blonde shared that her mentor's face showed dissatisfaction, and she didn't even dare to speak to her. The grandmother asked Sonia who the girl was. The woman pointed her finger at Hannah and noticed that she looked elegant, but she looked rather tired. The girl explained that the brunette was Cece's mentor. Sonia asked the old woman if the woman looked a little fierce to her. The old lady noticed that the brunette looked like a good girl and asked her granddaughter if they really didn't get along. The student explained that as soon as she saw the brunette, she immediately felt unwell. The girl explained that the mentor occupied too high a position and she was afraid to approach. The pensioner asked where her granddaughter saw the terrible thing. Having started preparing delicious food, the grandmother asked Sonia not to slack off and start working. She asked her grandmother if she heard where she was. She made an explanation for the girls to meet their gazes for a moment. As the brunette turned around and left, Sonia realized that yesterday she had definitely angered the woman. The student thought that she had not said anything unnecessary. Sitting at the barbecue, the pensioner asked if her granddaughter remembered the dog that their family got several years ago. The woman explained that when she was fed, Rhubarb looked like she was very afraid of her. The pensioner explained that in her heart, the dog loved her more than anyone else. The woman was actively fanning the fire with fans. The pensioner suggested that the girl and the dog were similar, and were both afraid to approach the one they liked. Sonia asked her grandmother what she was talking about. The girl insisted that she didn't understand the logic at all. The student could not understand what the words like or dislike were. The woman asked her granddaughter to look after the grill. The pensioner said that she would step away and take a look at how things were going with her soup with dumplings. With a dissatisfied face, Sonia fanned the fire. Handing the plate of soup to the women, she asked the brunette to eat a little. The pensioner noted that she was right with her conclusions. The grandmother explained that Sonia said she was supposedly afraid of her mentor, but she really liked Hannah. She explained that this was the first time she had seen her granddaughter pay attention to someone like that. The actress's cheeks flushed bright red. Hannah's eyes lit up sharply as she realized that she liked girls. Sonia beckoned her classmates not to pass by and offered lamb shish kebab. With a twinkle in her eye, Misa asked for one skewer. Handing over the piece of paper, Sonia explained that first you should scan the QR code and only then pick up your order. The girl explained that the price for friends was only 1 yuan per skewer. Yana took the QR code and explained that she was ready to take 10. Misa was furious that her friend was taking money for goodies. The brunette sat staring at the many skewers with delicacies. The girl heard a voice behind her. Looking around, the brunette saw her mentor Misa. A girl with purple hair stood covering most of her face with a cap. Watching the girls, Sonia could not believe that there could be old affairs between the mentor and Yana. The girl guessed that the brunette was a little afraid of Misa. The blonde noticed that Sonia had lost her attention and offered to take all the skewers and run away. The student felt someone's gaze on her. Sonia assumed that mentor He was looking in her direction. The girl guessed that the actress wanted to join them, but she felt rather awkward. Sonia realized that she had to prepare a worthy bribe for her mentor. Handing over many skewers, the student explained that she had chosen low-fat pieces, and such a treat would not affect her weight. Sonia asked her mentor to take a treat, assuring her that it was time for her to go. Noticing a lot of skewers, the blonde asked if the teacher liked lamb. The woman staring at the kebab answered negatively. Cece asked me to give the treat to her and she would help her mentor cope. The brunette insisted that this was not necessary. Having not finished eating the meat in her office, the woman put the skewers on the table and began writing in her personal diary. After the phone vibrated, presenter Kay asked if she had made a decision. Hannah answered yes, emphatically. Sitting with the students at the table, the presenter reported that after much discussion and conversation, their groups had finally been formed. The presenter said that this year there will be 3 people under the wing of Misu's mentor. Kay explained that there remains the lucky one who will single-handedly benefit from the ardent love of mentor He. The brunette promised to take proper care of the girl. Sonia noticed that the blonde's master was simply amazing. The student was surprised that Hannah actually helped her with what she asked for. The blonde explained that she would not necessarily be the lucky one. Cece explained that her handler did not give the impression of a person who would tremble over someone. The blonde realized that she would definitely not be the lucky one, because she did not displease the brunette. Sonia reassured herself that Misa would take 3 and she would definitely be among them. The presenter asked the students if they wanted to quickly find out the name of that lucky guy. The student mentally thanks Hannah for rigging the results. The presenter announced that Sonia would be that lucky one. The girl was very surprised and a little indignant. The students were shocked at how excited the classmate was. Her classmates noticed that Sonia even dropped her pie. Misu noticed that her friend would receive individual lessons from Hannah, and this was a rare success. Trembling all over, the student reminded her mentor that they had not agreed on this yesterday. Having placed a cup of tea, the actress promised to teach the girl everything. Kay offered to look at the gift that mentor He had prepared for her student. Having opened the box, the presenter noticed that there was a sword there that was as sharp as a razor. Sonia was surprised by such an unusual gift. The girl awkwardly recalled the moment when she spoke with the guy. Sonia suggested that this was the legendary discovery of what you were looking for. The student was furious that Misu's mentor was not her supervisor. Hannah asked her student if she liked the gift. Taking the sword in her hands, the girl assured that she really liked it. Kay was glad that the girls had reached such an understanding, although the show had not even started yet. The presenter said that it was time for the mentors and cadets, according to the educated groups, to check into the rooms for filming their reality show. Sonia was surprised when such an item was added. The girl realized with excitement that she would live with her mentor He in the same room. The woman looked carefully at her student's reaction. Holding onto the door, Sonia assured that she was unable to let go of the object and would not go anywhere. The grandmother explained to the girl that the door would not hold her. The woman asked if her granddaughter was afraid again. The pensioner explained that everything was normal and there was no need to be so afraid. The grandmother assured that she had already paved the way for her. Sonia asked the woman with interest what she was talking about. The grandmother claimed that she had solved the problem last night. The pensioner explained that sharing a room would help the girl get closer to Hannah. The grandmother asked the girl to admit that in her heart she was jumping for joy. The girl asked in surprise how she could send her into the thick of it. Having shown the gift, Sonia asked why she needed this miracle sword. The woman explained that the presenter told everything. The grandmother insisted that the sword was a welcome gift from little He. The pensioner suggested that the mentor expected Sonia to be like a miracle sword. The more you cut, the braver you become. The grandmother explained that it was time for her to end the conversation. The pensioner explained that the presenter invited her to go fishing. Looking at the weapon, the girl thought about cutting her throat with it. Sonia's legs were trembling violently. The girl was carrying a heavy cot to her room. The student did not understand why her grandmother got the idea that the gift had a special meaning. She was sure that the teacher simply decided to scare her. Sonia convinced herself that a true warrior had no choice but to boldly face suffering. Walking into the room, Sonia convinced herself that Hannah was no worse than a nutritionist. With a wink, the student told her mentor that her trainee had arrived. Sonia realized that such a greeting was too frivolous. Placing her burden on the floor, the girl told Hannah that she had already arrived. The student realized that it was too serious. Leaning on the door, the girl informed her mentor that her beloved Sonia was already in place. Opening the door, the brunette asked her student what she was doing here. Very embarrassed, the student asked why she didn't hold it when she opened the door. Sonia was surprised that she was talking such nonsense. The girl realized that no one in their right mind tells people outside that they are going to open the door. The student smiled and said that she was going to enter. Leaning against the wall, the brunette asked where the student was going to enter. For a few moments, Sonia thought that her mentor was flirting with her. Trembling all over, the student hoped that the teacher would stop looking at her. Hannah asked the student to come through. The woman said it was time to do what adults do. Birds chirping could be heard outside the window. Sonia prayed that her mentor would slow down a little. The girl didn't know if she should say something. The student realized that this was too unexpected and wanted to stop thinking about it. Hannah wondered if the girl had heard rumors that she was not easy to get along with. Sonia realized that her mentor simply wanted to show her courtesy. Laughing nervously, the girl explained that she had never heard anything like it. The actress explained that those rumors were true. Hannah approached her student with a confident step. The teacher noticed that the girl was lying that she liked her. The brunette asked how they could continue doing adult things. Sonia became nervous from such sudden questions. The teacher pressed the girl to the table and met her gaze. The student explained that she worshipped Hannah. Sonia explained that her love lay in respect for her mentor as an elder. She became very nervous when the brunette approached a little more. Turning away, the teacher noticed that she was an interesting girl. In a trembling voice, Sonia explained that she would begin to settle in. The girl suggested that the mentor had enough trouble without her. With a heavy sigh, Hannah explained that they did have things to do. Teacher. He asked if her student liked acting on stage. The woman asked to follow her. The brunette slammed the door. Sonia asked the woman where they were going and asked her to wait for her. The mentor said that the reality show had not started yet, but she was part of the art program. Hannah explained that the student's performance in the routine is very important to increase popularity in the competition. The mentor asked Sonia to look at the other cadets. The woman noticed that everyone was much more diligent than her student. The student noted with admiration that Misu was constantly dancing with her mentors. The brunette coldly asked if she really wanted to get into that group so badly. The student began to deny this statement. Hannah noticed that Jana had been looking rather strange for the past 2 days. The student realized that this was true. She noticed when the teacher said this. Lowering her gaze, Jana looked at the small gift. The brunette assumed that the teacher wanted to humiliate her. Reaching out her hand, Misu noticed that the song was better suited for dancing together. Piercing the student with her gaze, Misa asked her not to dare refuse. The students were surprised that on the very first day the teacher invited Jana to dance together. Students began to whisper that the girl began her career as a singer, and dancing was not her occupation at all. Classmates were surprised that Jana really knew how to dance. Someone noticed that these talents were required by the profession. Sonia explained that she was ready to bet 3 kebabs with her mentor that the girls had known each other for a long time. Smiling, the brunette suggested that the girls used to be a couple. The student asked why she decided to argue so confidently. Hannah explained that if that wasn't enough, she could bet it was 10. Nervously straightening her hair, the student explained that this was not what she meant. Misa asked her classmate to listen to which positive BMG she chose for her. The blonde invited the girl to show this composition to her mentor. Sonia angrily explained to her friend that in the presence of her mentor she wanted to maintain a discreet image. The student asked her friend to immediately turn off the music. The blonde explained to her friend that she couldn't hear her well what she wanted to say. Frowning, the student was horrified as to who she had chosen as her friend. Turning around, the girl saw her mentor. The brunette giggled slightly, looking at the embarrassed student. Sonia realized that her image had long since come to an end. The girl felt as if tomorrow would never come. Coming onto the stage, the student introduced herself as the barely noticeable talent of the village of Siava. Sonia, spreading her arms, declared that they would present a dance of their own genre. The song, "If You Love Me, Kiss Me," came on. Looking intently at Hannah, the girl repeated various movements to this song. For a few moments, the brunette wanted her student to hug her. Very embarrassed, the actress did not understand why, and the student began to make such movements while looking at her. Sonia, noticing her mentor's reaction, assumed that she despised her. The student admitted that this happened because of her stupid dance. The presenter told the girls that in the afternoon they would go to Moonlight Lake to go fishing. Not paying attention to the speaker, the girls enthusiastically headed to their new lesson. A light lit up in Sonia's eyes. Fishing was her thing. The student hoped that this time she would make her mentor smile with joy. After lunch, all participants arrived at the Moonlight Lake. Sonia told the story of her village. Long ago, when the village was just beginning to be built, the first settlers discovered a lake of moonlight. In those days, the settlers subsisted solely on fishing. Despite the fact that fishing ceased to be the main way of earning money, residents still had a special affection for this lake. Hugging her friend, Misa noticed that she had clear advantages in this matter. The student looked around and felt a gaze on her. The girl realized that this time she had to show herself properly. Kay said that she would introduce the rules of fishing, and she said that they would compete in accordance with the division into groups, and that the numerical advantage of Misu's group was taken into account, that of all the cadets. Only Misa will take part in fishing. The woman said that in order to strengthen the cadets' form in the competition, it is forbidden to fish with the help of extraneous devices. Kay reminded that success or failure will directly affect the lunch of the cadets and mentors. She warned that whoever does a bad job will go hungry. Misa asked her rival if she could see normally without lenses. Sonia explained that the fishing pond was her territory. The girl claimed that victory would come to her on a silver platter. Sonia pulled off her black boots and entered the water. The blonde explained that she should not have expected mercy. Misu asked her colleague if Sonia was always so energetic. She noticed that the girl had an unlimited supply of vitality. With a wink at Hannah, the girl promised to catch all the fish from the pond. The student promised to return victorious. Smiling, the brunette explained that she would be looking forward to it. The presenter announced the start of the competition. The girl lightly doused her friend with water, splashing her foot on her and asking her to accept the serve. Having grabbed the first fish, Sonia asked the animal not to twitch. The girl was horrified that her fish ancestor did not give her any advantages today. The student assured that this time she would definitely catch the prey. But her next attempt ended in failure. Holding the fish in the net, smiling and pleased with herself, Misa said that she had caught another one. The girl tried to calm down because she didn't want to play in this competition. The student realized that she still had not gotten lunch for her mentor. Smiling, Misu noticed that her student occupied a special place for her colleague. With calmness, the brunette explained that she always knew how to appreciate talent. Hannah noticed that for her colleague, caring about people was something unimportant. Smiling, the girl with purple hair explained that the brunette should have helped Sonia. The curator suggested that the colleague would otherwise have to starve in the evening. With unsteady steps, the actress entered the water. Misu was surprised that the ice queen of the screen suddenly decided to personally go on stage for the sake of one little cadet. Blowing the bubble, the girl noticed that it was quite an interesting sight. Sonia assured that the glare of light on the water was a complete disaster for a nearsighted person. The student felt very dizzy. The girl realized that a large sky gazer was floating right into her hands. Sonia promised that if she didn't catch it this time, she would deprive herself of 3 Snickers as punishment. Looking closely, the student realized that the fish was swimming closer and closer to her. The girl grabbed her mentor's leg tightly. Sonia was glad that God had finally heard her prayers. Out of surprise, the brunette fell into the water. Cece noticed that her friend was a brave man. With tears in her eyes, Sonia reminded the girl that they had already caught a lot of fish. The girl asked why she was setting traps for her. The student threw her mentor into the water. Sonia realized that the voice seemed very familiar to her. The teacher asked if her leg really looked that much like a fish. After an unsuccessful fishing trip, Sonia felt weak, pathetic, and helpless. The teacher's phrase was deeply ingrained in the girl's head. The student did not understand why her blindness had reached such an extent that she mistook her leg for a fish. Sonia realized that her relationship with Hannah was definitely ruined this time. The friends laughed and discussed this incident. Looking at those with contempt, the student hoped that their disgusting faces would be captured by lenses for the whole country. Kay said that she sincerely sympathized with the girl, but would never allow the precious footage to be erased. The girl realized that the image of a comedy star would stick to her for a long time. Hannah came out wrapped in a warm robe. The student, lowering her eyes, realized that she had not done anything good, but had only put her mentor in an awkward position. The brunette asked how things were going with her fish. Wrapping herself even further in her robe, Sonia promised that her trainer would not have to go hungry while she was here. With unsteady steps, the girl headed towards the building. The curator could not understand where her ward had disappeared. Hannah didn't know who had taken it upon herself not to let her go hungry. While actively preparing the fish, Misa asked the blonde to peel another head of garlic. Sonia actively wielded the knife and accepted the request. Hannah watched as stewed tonwalosa and brown sauce was on the competitors' table. Cece asked her friend if she was the chef at the Sinan Culinary School. The blonde noticed that her friend was clearly overpraising her. The group members were delighted with the richness of their table. Yana brought one of the plates to mentor He, because she was her ardent fan. Hannah refused, even though she was hungry. With a smile on her face, the brunette was glad that she had the opportunity to talk with her idol. Running into the room, Sonia told her mentor that she had returned. The girl said that the mentor could not even imagine what she had to go through to get these dishes. Yana asked what happened to her friend's face. Smiling, the student explained that there was nothing wrong and that she just needed to wash her face. With a smile on her face, Sonia asked her mentor to try fried meat with garlic shoots and chopped cucumbers. She explained that the products were pure and natural and contained almost no fat or salt. The student invited Yana to join too. Sonia asked the girl to give her at least a piece to try. Staring at the plate, Hannah was surprised that the student called it a tasty and healthy meal. The teacher asked the brunette to walk with her for a short time. The girl explained to Yana that they needed to discuss something. The brunette asked if it really couldn't wait until after lunch. Grabbing the cadet's hand, the star asked to follow her. Sonia and Hannah watched such a curious performance with surprise. Misu asked the brunette if she really wanted to challenge her in front of the camera. The operator, while finishing the noodles, caught all the details of the incident. Yana persistently asked to let her go. The girl promised to go with the curator. Sonia assumed that the scene they saw was planned. Trying to change the topic of conversation, the brunette noticed that there was no garlic in the dish of crushed cucumbers. The girl explained that garlic shoots had the same taste and suggested we try eating them as a bite. Smiling, Hannah noted that this combination was quite good. The girl was surprised that her mentor finally smiled. The curator asked if it was really so important for her to see her smile. Sonia explained that she should pay attention to her manager's mood. Smiling, the brunette asked if it was just because she was the leader. The student nervously asked if she had taken large quantities of pills recently. The girl explained that each medicine had its own side effects. Sonia argued that it was impossible to take the drugs without a doctor's prescription. Sighing heavily, Hannah reminded them that they were at work, and her personal affairs did not concern the girl. The student explained that it was not a problem that she could turn a blind eye to. Sonia explained that there was no one near the curator who could take care of her. The student explained that she should not drink so much alcohol. Sonia asked the curator to refuse a drink if offered at the reception. The brunette put what she had prepared into the girl's mouth. Hannah noticed that if she didn't shut up the student, she would continue to talk with her tongue. The student noticed that Yana and mentor Mi had already returned. Sonia noticed that the girls looked rather strange, as if they had quarreled. The girl got up from her chair and explained that she had to talk to the brunette. Sonia thought she was crying. Hannah asked her careless student to return quickly. The girl told Yana that she had brought her something from her supplies. Sonia asked the brunette not to cry. The student asked her friend if she really missed home, and that it didn't seem to her that there was a slight discord between the girls. After a short silence, Sonia explained to her friend that she was completely fine. Hugging her friend, the girl reminded her that they were a mountain for her. She thanked her for the support. Hannah asked her colleague if she had forgotten the requirements for actors. Misu explained that she couldn't dare to forget them with a leader like that. The girl with purple hair explained that it was necessary to separate work and personal life. Hannah asked if her colleague followed this rule. The brunette asked if Misa had been taught to watch her words. The cold star asked the girl to wash the cutlery as punishment. Misu realized that she was shielding her preferences so that she would clean up the mess instead of Sonia. Lying on the bed, the girl carefully watched her mentor. The student realized that the brunette had not yet rested and was studying the text all the time. Hannah closed the manuscript with the text and put it on the table. Sonia realized that her mentor had already learned everything. I suddenly remembered something about an important event. Hannah's phone rang. The brunette took the phone and hurried to go outside. The woman sternly asked her daughter why she had not returned yet. Mom reminded that the girl did not come home even when her sister died. She assured that the girl's father did not give her life. The brunette coldly promised to deal with her father. The woman sternly asked if she remembered what day it was. After some hesitation, Hannah remembered that today was her mother's birthday. The girl coldly explained that she was still at work and promised to talk when she returned home. Mom begged the girl not to hang up. Until this moment, the brunette was sure that she was used to it and had nothing to expect. Hannah enjoyed the refreshing breeze that blew through her luxurious hair. Knocking on the door, the teacher assumed that Sonia was already asleep. When Hannah decided to go into the room, she saw a huge bouquet of scarlet roses. The woman walked with uncertain steps and touched the velvety petals with her fingertips. With a sincere smile on her face, the student noticed that her mentor had already returned. Sonia handed the curator a plate of festive noodles. She repented that she did not have time to make the cake. Sonia congratulated her mentor on her birthday. Very embarrassed, Hannah thanked the girl for her congratulations. The brunette ate the treat without much enthusiasm. The student watched with joy as Hannah ate the festive noodles. The teacher asked how much longer she would stare. Sonia explained that it was difficult not to look at the handsome man. The girl suggested that the longer she looked at her mentor, the more beautiful she became. Lowering her eyes, the brunette asked not to throw words to the wind. The student explained that she wanted to congratulate her with the most beautiful turns of phrase, but when she saw her beauty, all the words flew out of her head. Hannah was very embarrassed when she realized that the girl remembered her birthday and even prepared a congratulation. The student invited the birthday girl to go somewhere with her. Sonia explained that her grandmother said that it was best to make a wish there. The curator coldly explained that in the evening she was obliged to film the party around the fire. Sonia begged the brunette to go, assuring that it was not far and that they would probably have time to return before the party started. Hannah noticed that her student knew how to use her trump cards for her own purposes, and she managed to persuade her. Sighing heavily, the actress accepted the offer on the condition that they would have time to return back in time. Along the way, Sonia happily sang happy birthday. The brunette asked her not to make so much noise. Turning around, the girl explained that they were almost there. The curator asked if she was always so energetic. Sonia noticed that the girl was in the mood to swear at her. The actress asked her to go faster, fearing that it would soon get dark. The student actively headed up the mountain. Sonia warned Mentor He that the road might be slippery and offered to take her hand. The girl asked Hannah to watch her step. The girls walked along the path, and at that time the sky was dotted with bright stars. The brunette looked with delight at the countless heavenly bodies. Sonia nervously asked if she liked it. Having heard a positive answer, the student noticed that the mentor began to notice her beauty. Tucking her hair behind her ear, the brunette noticed that her student was not only talkative, but also narcissistic. Sonia explained that everyone recognized that she was the most beautiful girl in the area, and this was her objective characteristic. Hannah couldn't help but laugh. The student asked in surprise whether she really laughed. Looking at the student, the brunette sincerely thanked her for what she tried to do for her. Smiling, Sonia explained that for her it was nothing. The girl could not stop admiring the beauty of her mentor. Laughing, the student reminded Hannah that she had forgotten to make a wish. Looking at the star-studded sky, the actress explained that she had already made a wish. Hannah suggested that the student go down the slope. After all, the party was about to start soon. Taking the curator's hand, Sonia asked the mentor to wait. The girl said that she had prepared a gift for the brunette. The brunette was surprised how much the girl could prepare for her in such a short time. Sonia said that when she was little, she exchanged her 6-month savings for a bracelet. The girl said that according to the village headman, many legends were associated with the decoration. Handing over the bracelet, Sonia asked if Hannah liked this jewelry. Taking the gift, she thanked and reminded them that it was time for them to return. The student's heart began to beat wildly. The girl practically jumped for joy that her mentor liked her gift. Turning to the student, Hannah looked at her. A smile appeared on the actress's face. Fortunately, the girls managed to return from the slope to the camp when the participants just started making a fire. The mentor explained that she was going to go to the dorm and change clothes. The woman asked the student if she wanted to do the same. Sonia invited her mentor to take a good place for her. When the brunette moved a decent distance away, the student, with a trembling voice, wanted to tell her friend about what had happened. The girl sternly asked her what happened. Sonia spoke quietly and asked to keep everything secret. She told her friend that her mentor laughed joyfully when she gave her the bracelet, and she assured that she gave her mentor a bouquet and cooked festive noodles. The blonde asked if her friend was tired of grinding her tongue in one breath. Yuan suggested that her friend's inner flatterer had awakened. Sonia guessed that when she stepped on the mines too accurately, she unconsciously began to flatter. The student explained that this excited her even more. Yuan explained that if her friend had nothing to say, then she should have ended the conversation. The blonde explained that she wanted to seduce that bunny. The carcass of some animal was spinning on a spit over an open fire. Hannah walked with uncertain steps towards the center of celebration. Looking around, the student did not understand why the curator had dressed up so beautifully for the night. The girl was delighted that the brunette wore the bracelet that she gave to her. Hannah asked the cadet why she was speechless. With a tremble in her voice, Sonia explained that her mentor looked like a fairy. Raising her glass, Kay invited the girls to drink to the bottom. The presenter noted that everyone performed well today. The woman noticed that Misu's mentor once again showed off her skills. Kay noticed that videos featuring her students became very popular on the internet. The presenter said that on the forum a topic called "Who is Yana?" received more than 30 million views in 10 minutes. With a smile, Kay reminded that tomorrow they would be able to see the brilliant debut of mentor Hee's team. The presenter reminded Sonia that she should try. The woman noticed that the girls' fans often clashed with Hannah's fans. With excitement, Sonia asked the presenter what kind of play there would be. The woman explained that Hannah was ideal for the role of the legendary beauty. The presenter said that this was an excellent opportunity for the girl to prove herself. The student could not believe that what she said without thinking became a reality. The presenter asked the actress how she felt about this proposal. With a smile on her face, the brunette said that she gave her consent. Sonia sank, realizing that she had never acted in the theater. The girl understood that her mentor would probably tear her to smithereens. Events moved to the girls' room. Hannah said that she had already chosen 2 segments in which they would be able to fully demonstrate their acting skills. The mentor said that there would be few lines, and it would be worth focusing more on the emotions of the characters. The brunette said that she would give half an hour for familiarization, after which they would immediately begin rehearsals. Having lowered her eyes, Sonia realized that there was no way they could beat the opposing team. The girl was very nervous that she had to play the emperor together with her mentor. After reading a little into the plot, the student said that she would lose her mind after 2 episodes. Sonia realized that the characters experienced completely different emotions. The girl asked if Hannah wanted to read with her. The actress nodded her head negatively. Sonia understood that half a day would not be enough for her to understand the essence of what was happening. The student understood that she could not disgrace Hannah. The girl did not want to see disappointment in her eyes again. Until late at night, Sonia tried to understand the plot and understand how to best play everything out. Looking at her watch, Hannah announced that the time was up. Slamming the book, the student announced that she was ready. The brunette asked where they should start. Suddenly collapsing to the floor, Sonia took the sword and announced that she would never see her beloved concubine again. The student was very embarrassed to start their rehearsal with the wedding night scene. The student asked me to feel free to look at her like that in such a situation. The emperor asked if the girl would like to explain herself. The concubine noticed that if the master had believed her, he would not have said such terrible words. The girl explained that if he did not believe her, then the explanation would not meet with understanding. Waving his sword, the gentleman asked if she wanted to relive her guilt on him. Sonia explained that she had loved her for so many years without even suspecting that her closest person had planned such evil. The emperor asked if she knew how much she was hurt. The concubine explained that she was ready to do anything so that the master would not be so lonely, but the girl noticed that she only brought pain. Hannah took the scissors from the table and stuck them in her armpit. After the girls played the scene, Hannah noticed that her student's performance was somewhat lacking. The mentor noticed that she did not feel her role at all and did not get caught up in emotions. Sonia explained what she was really trying to feel. The brunette allowed the student to rest a little. Feeling guilty, Sonia explained that they had not yet rehearsed the second passage. With disappointment, the mentor explained that there was no point in continuing. The girl begged Mentor Hee to wait, but Hannah only angrily slammed the door. Having sat down, the student realized that the mentor did not even want to discuss her mistakes, but immediately left. Sonia could not understand whether she was really so hopeless. The girl remembered that she was the star of the village of Siava. The student remembered that everyone used to tell her that she was gifted. Sonia assumed that she had been lied to all this time. Drops of tears began to quickly flow down the girl's cheeks. After lighting a cigarette, Msu asked if her colleague had rehearsed everything with her student. The girl noticed that when Misa and the others went to Sonia, the girl scared everyone with her tear-stained face. The brunette didn't know that her student was crying. Looking into the starry sky, Misu noticed that the girl was quite smart, and her progress was only a matter of time. The girl asked Hannah not to put too much pressure on Sonia. Trying to change the topic, the cold star asked what was happening between my colleague and Yana. Misu remarked, realizing that the cold star had changed the subject too quickly. Having finished smoking, the girl explained that she was tired and would go to bed. Misu didn't understand why Hannah asked this so harshly. The girl assumed that she hid it quite carefully. Hannah was left alone on the bench looking at the starry sky. The brunette suggested that she had indeed been too strict with her student. Over the years of her career, The actress has seen many girls with high self-esteem and average knowledge. Usually girls like Sonia, after they were scolded, stopped paying attention to her. Entering the room where only dim moonlight penetrated, the brunette assumed that the student had already fallen asleep. The girl understood that this was all quite in Sonia's style. After the actress turned on the light, Sonia abruptly grabbed her hand. The student called Hannah a creep. Having fallen to the floor, the brunette asked what the girl was doing. The student noticed that the concubine was not paying attention to her and dared to go on a secret date with the eunuch. With a sharp jerk, Hannah broke free. Having fallen to the floor, the teacher asked if Sonia had gone crazy. The girl repeated her mentor's phrase more gloomily. The student explained that the brunette drove her crazy. Hannah blushed deeply as Sonia pressed her tightly to the floor. The actress asked if she understood what she was doing. Laughing, the student explained that she would now tell her what she really wanted to do. Sonia, playing the role of the emperor, asked if she really wanted to seduce her with her charming eyes, just like that eunuch. Blushing deeply, the girl asked if she was sure that if she remained silent, she would close her eyes to it. The student asked if her beloved concubine really thought it was wrong to leave her alone on her wedding night. Burying her head in her mentor's chest, Sonia noticed that she smelled very tasty. The girl kissed Hannah tenderly on the neck. The mentor did not understand where she learned this. After several emotional phrases, a hot tear fell on the actress's face. The emperor claimed that no one in this palace could hurt his heart as much as the brunette. Drawn into the scene, the brunette explained that his concubine would never dare to cheat. Sonia was very embarrassed after this answer. The actress could not understand why her student was so suddenly immersed in the role. Turning around, the student asked if that was what she wanted. The emperor asked the girl to beg him to give her what she wanted. Hannah remembered that there were no such lines in the script. The brunette was very embarrassed and blushed. Sonia realized that she had lost her mind. The girl was so ashamed that she wanted to fall into the ground. The student said she would not have a heart attack due to her racing heartbeat. Sonia asked if there was water in the room and insisted that she was damn thirsty. The girl asked why the mentor said this. The brunette noticed that the girl was sweating a lot and suggested that she go to the shower and go to bed early. Looking at her mentor with crazy eyes, Sonia followed her suggestion. After getting into the shower, the student realized what she had done. The girl reproached herself for a phrase that was not in the script. Sitting on the toilet, the girl dreamed of getting away from here. Sniffing, Sonia realized that her mentor's scent remained on her hand. The girl realized that in the eyes of her mentor, she had become a pervert. The student was sure that she needed to cleanse her dirty soul with ice water. Sonia could not understand why at that moment she could not control herself. The girl took off her dress, exposing her cleavage, and covered herself with the dress and went under the icy water. A little later, leaving the bath and drying her hair, Sonia suggested that Hannah bring something edible. The girl promised to return soon. The student felt intense heat inside. Sonia insisted that the fever was due to the fact that she washed herself under cold water. Walking over to the refrigerator, the girl took one of her stashes. The student ate cool ice cream, but she was still very hot. Sonia didn't understand why there was no wind outside. While walking, the girl heard some noise and became wary. The student suggested that Yana and her mentor were rehearsing in the middle of the night. Misu asked why she didn't wear her gift. The girl ordered the student to put it on. Listening, Sonia couldn't understand why her friend's mentor was so angry. Lowering her head, the brunette put the bell on her foot. Misu asked if she remembered what she said. Lowering her eyes, Yana explained that she had already forgotten. The mentor explained that no matter where her beloved was, even on the ends of the earth, she would be able to find her by sound and would never lose her. The brunette burst into tears and asked not to say such things to her again. Lowering herself, the girl tenderly kissed her lover's foot. Blushing heavily, the brunette asked not to do this. Hanging over the girl, Misu asked why she rejected her. Sonia decided to pretend that she didn't see or hear anything. The girl realized that it was harmful for children to look at this and quickly ran away. Wiping her luxurious hair with a towel, the mentor noticed that Sonia had already returned. The girl could not take her eyes off the actress. The student didn't understand why she dressed up like that. The curator noticed that her ward was always worried about something. Sonia was very nervous after what she saw. The brunette took the script and opened it again and began to reread it from the beginning. The girl hoped that there would not be another rehearsal. Covering her head with a blanket, Sonia explained that she would sleep and wished her good night. Pushing the blanket lightly, the brunette exclaimed to wake the girl up. Jumping up sharply, The student put on her slippers and explained that she remembered something. Sonia promised to return soon. The student did not understand why her head was filled with all sorts of obscenities. The girl tried to get it out of her head as quickly as possible. Sonia burst into her friend's room without even knocking. I asked the girl what she was doing in her room. The blonde noticed that Sonia scared her half to death. Misa asked not to approach her, explaining that she had nothing left from her supplies. The blonde claimed that her friend ate the last stick of French fries. Sonia shared with her friend that something strange was happening to her. Trembling all over, she assumed that she had a fever. The blonde claimed that her friend was simply overexcited. Sonia asked her to look more beautiful. The girl with pink hair asked her friend to lie down. Misa guessed that her friend had lost her mind after her mentor scolded her. Sonia took a piece of blanket from her friend in one sharp movement. The student asked Misa to quickly lie down next to her and not slow down. Very confused, the girl asked why she was doing this. Misa assured that if her friend was afraid to sleep in her room, she could spend the night with her. Sonia asked her friend to let her hair down. The girl explained that she would look more attractive. Nervously, the blonde explained that her hair was too short for that. Sonia asked if her friend could not simply unload her facial expression and posture. The student asked when she would play on stage. The girl claimed that her friend would receive a lot of negative feedback. Misa asked her friend if her mentor, he reprimanded her. Blushing, Sonia asked not to mention that one. Standing up, the blonde agreed not to mention the cold star. Having straightened her silky hair, the girl realized that she could easily be more attractive. Baring one shoulder, the blonde asked Sonia to come to her. The student was surprised by the appearance of her friend. The girl reminded her that they had been friends for more than 10 years. Sonia explained that she could look seductive in front of her as much as she wanted, but asked not to go out like that. The girl noticed that if she turns out like that, then no one will marry her. Leaning against the wall, the blonde noticed that her friend simply had no taste. Misa asked the girl what was going on with her. Blushing, the girl with pink hair explained that she began to treat her mentor differently. Misa claimed that she had suspected this for a long time. The blonde noticed that when her friend looked at her mentor, it looked like a mouse looking at a cat. Look into your eyes. Sonia admitted that this was not what she was talking about. The student explained that when they rehearsed in their room, she played the emperor, and the mentor played the concubine. The girl explained that from the very beginning she was a little confused. Sonia explained that after she pulled herself together and thought that she was doing well, she wanted to show herself to her mentor. Covering herself with a blanket, Misa recalled that it was already long after midnight. The blonde explained to her friend that she was ready to listen to her a few more words. The girl warned that if Sonia hesitates, then send her back to her room. The girl with pink hair hesitated, explaining that in this case it was difficult to get by with a few words. Covering herself with a blanket, the blonde explained that she had been wanting to sleep for a long time. She covered her face with her hands. Sonia explained that when they finished rehearsing, she got wet. The blonde grabbed her friend by the throat and asked who was in her body. Panting, Sonia asked her to let her go. The student asked the blonde to take this seriously. Misa noticed that the demon was too strong. The blonde suggested that her friend must have confused something. The girl noticed that Sonia had only been with her mentor for a couple of days and could not move from fear to love so quickly. Misa reminded her friend that her mentor was 5 years older than her. The blonde recalled that Hannah was the queen of the screen, the vice president of the company, and the youngest mentor in their field. Misa asked her friend to face the truth. Looking down, Sonia realized that her love was perfect. The girl could not understand why her friend began to idolize her mentor so much, and she was surprised that she was not stopped by such a big difference in status. Hugging her friend, the blonde insisted that it was not love. Misa explained that she was too keen on her role and that she simply liked mature women. Hannah's status and authority in the acting industry was unattainable for newcomers like Sonia. The girl understood how no one would notice the difference in status. Wanting to be in a relationship with such a person was a crazy idea. Misa noticed that all the female students were attractive and sophisticated. The blonde explained to her friend that there was no point in hanging around a cold star all day and sucking up at the first opportunity. With a downcast look, Sonia explained that she understood everything and was not so stupid. Leaving the room, the girl realized that it was already 2 o'clock in the morning. The student realized that Hannah was most likely already asleep. Upon entering the room, Sonia became very nervous. The teacher sternly asked why the girl returned so late. Hannah wore a sophisticated red dress with a slightly messy bun on her head. The woman carefully read the script. A noticeably nervous Sonia said that she went to see Miss. The girl asked why Hannah was awake so late. Closing the book, the cold star explained that she was just about to go to bed. Nervously straightening her hair, Sonia explained that she asked it just like that. The student realized that the brunette had a very strong aura. The girl wanted to clarify something but was afraid to say a word. The mentor took a jar of medicine from her cosmetic bag. The brunette opened the lid and poured a handful of pills into her hand. The girl remembered that her friend told her that supposedly unscrupulous pharmacists made absolutely useless drugs with a lot of side effects. The blonde asked the girl not to drink such nonsense, since it had a strong psychotropic effect. Sonia realized that the dosage was too high, and the teacher ate the pills like candy. The girl couldn't understand why Hannah didn't take care of herself at all. Lying in bed, Sonia realized that she could not sleep at all. The student turned to her mentor, who was sleeping soundly. Having put on her slippers, Sonia took the jar, realizing that it was the same drug. The girl remembered that her friend told her that it affected the psyche. Sonia resolutely replaced the ill-fated drug with flour. Holding the blanket tightly to herself, the girl imagined that it was Mentor He. Waking up, the student realized that it was just a dream. Sonia couldn't believe that she really fell in love with the brunette. The girl did not understand where Hannah had gone. The bed was empty and already cold. Having finally woken up, Sonia realized that her friend was right and she really needed to restrain herself. The student could not believe that such feelings were controllable. The girl did not understand what she could do if she saw her beloved even in a dream. Sonia decided to leave everything as it was. Coming out of the hostel, the girl did not understand why there was so much noise early in the morning. The presenter suggested touching nature and going to the nearest meadow to ride horses. The presenter hoped that she would be the most beautiful and talented rider. Kay hoped that after the footage was released, she would have many fans who would be crazy about her. Sonia was horrified by this news. Very nervous, the student approached the black horse. The girl asked if she could be an observer or assistant operator today. Sonia explained that she could not ride a horse, and she explained that she had a strong childhood trauma after she saw a villager fall from a horse and be paralyzed from the waist down. Smiling, the presenter asked the girl not to be afraid, but simply to follow the instructions. Sonia didn't understand why they had to ride cute horses. Misa supported her friend, claiming that everything would be fine and that the horse was very kind. The blonde asked her to make eye contact with the animal, and she asked what she saw in the mare's eyes. Having carefully examined the horse's face, the student assured that, in addition to dried mucus, she saw contempt for it. Misa asked where her whip was when she needed it so much. The blonde asked her friend not to hesitate, but simply to get on the horse. Trembling all over, Sonia insisted that she would never sit down. She invited her friend to simply kill her if she had the courage.